Well, there we are again, boys, for another live stream. It's your boy Dan Show, and I'm here today with the Napoli Juve game. As always, we start with the obligatory audio test. Yeah, sounds good. So, let's look at the lineups for today. Well, I'm actually I would call myself a Napoli enthusiast, so definitely biased towards Napoli today. They still miss out on KDB. He's, let's see, I think still injured. Should have, yeah, Lukaku as well. That's a big one. Sambo is such a good player, by the way. Sambo Anguissa, box to box midfielder, great technically. Does score you the odd goal. Gutierrez, we know him from Real Madrid. Meret, Gilmore, Stanislav Lobotka is also a very important player for running that Napoli midfield. Yeah, the bench looks a bit thin. Not the best squad if you're in Napoli. There's Juan Jesus Spinazzola and Politano, the big names. The other ones are either not as popular, like Lorenzo Luca, originally the third striker, but now with David Neres also being a better option as striker than him. The fourth striker now, Lorenzo Luca. So Napoli lining up with Vanya Milinkovic, Savic, Bongiorno, Rahmani, Boykema, Di Lorenzo, Elmas, McTominay. This guy will be very important to this match. Oliveira, Noah Lang, Neres, Højlund. I think on paper Juve look quite a bit stronger actually. Yildiz, one of the best, if not the best player in Serie A right now. McKennie, Conceição, alright. Thuram, fantastic player. Both Thurams and their dad as well. The genes must be studied of this guy. Cabal, haven't seen him too much. Cop Miners shifted back into a center back from a CDM. Di Gregorio is decent keeper. Kalulu I don't rate too highly. Kelly is okay. Locatelli, he's quite good. Locatelli, I would say. Cambiaso, also a good wingback. So Juve have on the bench Perrin, Kostic, João Mario, Adzic, Segorova, Miretti, Panda, Jonathan David. Definitely better bench. They're missing about the same amount of players. Vlahovic is a big one. Berema is a very big one. Rugani is a big one. Yeah. I'm looking at the midfield battle, and Juve should win this already with Locatelli and Thuram against McTominay and Elmas. They literally line up in the exact same formation as well with a 3-4-2-1. So who plays the better 3-4-2-1? Conte or Spalletti? Conte I rate higher as a coach. No, Spalletti I haven't seen so much personally. Conte I know from his work in Italy and Chelsea. Yeah, well, for Napoli. Hopefully we can win this today. I'm not a total Napoli fan, just I would say it's my favorite team in Italy. I've got a soft spot for them, but it's not one of the teams I support die hard. There's only one for me. So let's look at other scores we had today. Crystal Palace actually had a late winner from Gehi, great header, and are now moving up to fifth place. Just, well, Chelsea are big bottlers, honestly. Having Crystal Palace, letting Crystal Palace get in front of them. It screams inconsistency, already said in the last video. Props to Aston Villa and City for keeping up with Arsenal. Although you have to say, out of the possible 45 points, only having 33 after 15 games. Wow. They could have been up to 14 points. Well, more than 14, I think 17 points in front of City because I think they lost their head to head. Yeah, they lost their head to head, or it was a draw. Might have to actually look that up. Yeah, that was a while ago actually. Yeah, it was a draw. So the maximum points difference they could have would have been not 13 but 14 point. No, 14. Maximum points would be 45, and City would have 1 point less if they didn't draw but lose this game. So 15 points would be the difference between those two teams. So, and we are playing them on Wednesday in the Champions League. Well, I have to look at the neutral's point of view because the Real Madrid point of view is pretty grim. I don't know if we can defend any of those good attackers like Doku, Haaland, Chucky, Foden. Yeah. Brighton actually bottled it. No, yeah, they did. No, West Ham actually bottled it. Yeah, this way it was on Ruta. Just he shot Mavropanos for the 1-1, and he had a high leg. Basically, got kicked in the face, but didn't do anything. He didn't flop because he's a Jet. And then, unlucky as he is, they conceded a goal from that situation. If he actually flopped, they may have had VAR looking over it, and the goal wouldn't have counted for Jorginho Ruta. Now West Ham is still 18th. Leeds actually moving up to 16th. Not bad. But that also shows the bad form Nottingham Forest is in and West Ham. So today was actually quite quiet. You're looking at Dortmund winning 2-0. Probably, yeah, still top four. 28 points. Leipzig actually won like 6-0 in Frankfurt which is crazy, my God. The new guy they got, the new forward, I think. Looking at where is he? Yeah, new winger, Diamonde. Keep an eye out for him. Ivory Coast striker will be at the World Cup as well. Just scored, I think, 3 against Frankfurt in that 6-0 win. Yeah, Diamonde. Maybe the next Drogba. Let's see. Or Saha, I think he was an Ivory Coast international as well. I could be mistaken here. No, he also plays for the Ivory Coast. Yeah, and I'll also keep an eye out for this fixture here. Real Madrid against Celta Vigo. Oh, good God. How the hell? Yeah, yeah, just overlooked it. The formations. A 4-1-4-1. Oh, I hate seeing Carreras in as a center back. Doesn't work out. Hopefully, Giovanni can actually drop deep as pseudo libero between those two, form a defensive free. Would be nice to see. Finally getting us some stability. Hmm. We may have a second person coming in commenting on this game. This would be so cool, honestly. If this would be a reoccurring theme as well. If we had like a whole group of people of different clubs, supporters of different clubs, like Barcelona, Real, United, City, and the Italian teams, German teams. Yeah. So we had all the different opinions. Okay. Not today, though. Not today. All right. So, yeah. As I said, I will be keeping out an eye for this fixture here. I'd say I'd probably get this on the second screen. Yeah. All right, all right, all right, all right. Looking good. Stream starting as well. Hmm. Okay. Okay, so that stream is already there. Yeah, they're showing us the dressing room right now. So let's switch here. Yeah, we need a score as well. It's the wrong score. Wait a second. So game started. I'll have to score up in a second. Still the wrong score. Oh no, it isn't. It already synced. Nice. All right. Let's see. Locatelli plays it to Yildiz. Yildiz plays it back to Kalulu. To the right. Long ball? Ah, way too long. Milinkovic Savic got it. Okay. Yeah, nice one, Tiram. Oh my god, Hoyland's got it. Oh, God. They lose it too easily there. Should have at least get their first shot. Napoli. Yildiz got it. Juve attacking now, but in snail speed. They were talking about that Lukaku is coming back very soon. Very important for Napoli. Yeah, in Italy, Lukaku's an absolute beast in Italy. I think he had like 20 plus GAs last season. He's in his 30s, by the way. He was a Serie A player of the season a few years back with over Cristiano Ronaldo. He had about 30 goals in Serie A. Formed a fantastic partnership at Inter with Lautaro. Not many players score around 30 or even over 25 goals in Serie A. Very, very, very rare. Over the last, what, like 20 years, who's done it? Lukaku, Immobile, Cristiano Ronaldo, Belotti. Thinking maybe Higuain, maybe Cavani, but these are the best strikers Serie A had over the last 15 plus years. So typical Serie A match. Both standing deep in their free back, free center backs, looking very solid. Also, Serie A or Serie A actually is so interesting because it's so close between all the top teams. You don't know who's gonna win it. There's between 6 and 8 teams who could win it. There's like 4 favorites, which is already more than in any of the big 3 leagues. Spain has 2. Uh, England has 3 right now. And the first 8 or so are very close to another. Napoli on the break now. Neres, Di Lorenzo, Cup Minus got it to a corner. First corner for Napoli. This game could be an early title decider. If Napoli now go on a run, this game could be the start for a crazy run with Lukaku coming back as well. Come on, you guys. Neres does nothing, goes on to dribble. Nice cross. McTominay. No. That looked so freaking close, man. Wow. Just left to the top left, actually. Rev cam here. Wow. That is not even 20 centimeters left of the goal. Would have gone like post and in top left if he placed it a bit more accurately, a bit more rigorously. Yeah, almost a heart attack for the Juve defense there. Yeah, but that's the start we want. Yeah, Neres again. 1v1 V cup minus. Nice cross. Goal! Hoyland! No way. This guy gets some nice Italian sun and you're gonna score already. Yo, what's good, grabbed? It's already 1-0. It's Hoyland as well. You can already see the memes. One for Napoli. Neres is cooking cup minus. Great cross. Hoyland's 1-0. Yeah. Do yourself a favor if you're flopping at Man United, get some Italian sun, get a new environment. Because if you're flopping, new environment, a new league, new country, new teammates, they might do you well. If you're flopping and you're not Bruno Fernandes, that is, he might be the exception to the rule. Yeah, cup minus is a CDM played out of possession at the left center back, the left of the free, and he's getting cooked by Neres. He's a Brazilian. And he's on form right now, David Neres. You always saw the potential at Ajax. Maybe he's getting there. Maybe. Italian teams are not that entertaining in the Champions League, except for Inter over the last few years. Or I should say, maybe not so entertaining, but successful, except for Inter. But within their own league, Serie A, you saw the 4-3, or was it 4-4? No, I think 4-3. Juve won against Inter. Then Juve fell off a cliff after you thought maybe they could get in a title challenge. Well, their form fell off a cliff. Juve is now the stereotypical meme team this season for getting draws. The thing is, Juve is still, I think, within the top 5 leagues, the the team with the most league titles, or maybe with the second most after Bayern. but Serie A is more competitive than Bundesliga. Real Madrid might be the third with like what was it, 35 La Liga titles or 34. Premier League is the most balanced out of the three. If you look at the distribution of league titles, well, Thuram, nice ball. Oh, Ken Yildiz couldn't get it. Fantastic through ball. Wow. Could have been offside. We maybe need to see the line for that one, but they're not gonna show it because it wasn't a chance, or it doesn't count as a chance in the stats because he couldn't get a hold onto the ball. But Kenan Yield is really a bright star. I heard Real Madrid are looking into him. Now Conceição can't do anything. Back pass. Yeah, plays a 1-2. Kalulu back to Kelly. Back to Cop minus. They almost lose it. Cabal, Cop minus. I have never heard of this guy. If it wasn't for JFTV Luke a few weeks ago, I wouldn't have known who Cabal is or that he even existed. But Kenan Yildiz also was like a Bayern Munich talent. And now he's a Juve superstar. Not saying that Cabal will achieve the same, but sometimes players they just come out of nowhere. Yeah, Juve trying, watching Juve trying to play out the back looks a bit painful. But they're still better at playing at the back than Manchester United. Yeah, they got Yildiz dropping deep, distributing the ball. Thuram is an absolute machine, physically, also from his technique. Yeah, McTominay got the ball now. Napoli on the break. Noah Lang. What does he do? Nothing. Di Lorenzo. Okay, blocked. Juve tried to go on the break, but Napoli defense got it. Yeah, this far I'm very pleased for Napoli. Yeah, Neres looks really sharp. If you're looking at the wingers, he might be one of, if not the best, currently in Serie A. But there are not that many out wingers as well because they're playing 4-4-2 with not a left wing, right wing. It's like left mid, right mid. I would say Liao is probably the best on quality, technically, physically, and he also has one of the best GAs. I think they statistically uses GAs the last 3 seasons. Yeah, Neres is everywhere. Now on the left side. Phew. Hoyland's already sweating like crazy. Wondering if Neres' pronunciation is actually Nersh, like Fernandez is Fernandes. but it sounds so stupid. Portuguese pronunciation sometimes, so I'm just gonna say it how it's written in English. Neres with the corner. Okay, cleared away. Neres again. Locatelli. What are you doing? Conceição, Locatelli again. I remember this guy so well. I think he's got it. I have like from best goals of the year compilations. I have one screamer in mind what he scored at Sassuolo before he went to Juve. Must have been like a long shot or free kick, an outrageous goal. Kenan, what are you doing? Okay, offside. Napoli defense had the ball anyway. Papal, he must be like Brazilian, I think, by the name. Actually, Colombian, lol. Real Madrid also game for Real also just started kicking off. Well, let's win this today, guys, against Celta. Important game. Barca just won in a 5-3 against Betis. And Anthony's got the first goal. Yeah. Aside from Lamine Yamal, Anthony in the final third is the best left foot in La Liga. Convince me otherwise. I don't think so. You could. Or is the best left foot, has the best left foot. Would be. My English is not yellow from the egg, is what the German speaking people say. Okay. So Napoli, when scoring first in the stats, 8 wins, 0 draws, 0 losses. Wow. I would call this lead retention, and they're excellent at it. JFTV Luke has got to be looking at this game and already be fuming with Juve. Because, yeah, let's be honest, Cup Miners got cooked for the first goal. Actually, crazy how Napoli, even though Juve on paper with the free back should be very defensively sound, just cooked them up front. Well, they miss Gleison Bremer. He's maybe the best centre back, bar Bastoni in Serie A, but he's always injured. Bremer is also literally a fridge. This guy is built like a bodybuilder. or a semi bodybuilder. Okay, way off target. The shot from Yildiz. Huh. Crystal Palace got a similar goal today, and Ketia, mm, like the shot Yildiz just wanted to take. Ah, my stream is lagging. Nice. It's like my local area network just had a choke. Did you guys notice anything? Like a stream lag in the stream, or is it just is it just me? The great American warrior lies down on the ground, waiting for his moment to arrive. You also have to say these ref cams also had a really new element to the game. It's like these body cams where you see like body cam POV highlight reels on Instagram, for example, when someone plays. But with the ref, it's a bit different because he's can't actively do anything in the game. But it's really a nice point of view to see the goals, chances, fouls from the ref cam. Really a nice addition, I think. Also, give some content for social media and memes when players are arguing. POV ref in Italy, every AC Milan game, just seeing Rafael Leao smile up close, 90 minutes straight. Juve already frustrated, one goal down. Now they concede a free kick. Well, they are lucky that free kicks are not as vital to the game as in the Premier League. The dead balls, Oliveira or Neres, should be. No, No, yeah, Oliveira or Spinazzola. Yeah, not Neres. Neres is hot on the wing. I think I'm getting schizophrenic. Ah, no. Nowhere near good enough to cross. Di Gregorios got it. No, please don't injure yourself, Rasmus. Hoyland laying on the ground. Oh god, no. If he, it's it's what they always say in German. If you injure yourself and there is active, no action from the opponent, then it could be something really bad. I don't know if that's negative. I don't know if that's realistic, but it could refer to the fact that that body part was already on the edge of getting injured in the first place beforehand. Next corner for Napoli. Thankfully, I think he stays on the pitch. Hoyland. Okay. Denmark will also need him in the qualifiers for the World Cup. Although I do hope Ireland qualify from that bracket of four. Wow. Jesus Christ, bro. Nice save. Michele Di Gregorio. Nice save. With his back head, a header. Yeah, almost with the back of his head. Still the side of his head. Ref cam, nice look. If that goes further to the side, to the far post, might be a goal for the 2-0. Neres again. Okay, no. Goal kick, I think. Oh, interesting. Juventus struggling in defense. Without Rogani, without Gleison Bremer, they need a defender in the winter transfer window. You can already see that. Cop Miners looks out of place defending, and so does. Well, Kalulu is actually the better of the two because he didn't get cooked by Neres. And Lloyd Kelly, he doesn't ooze aura like someone like Bremer does for Juve. Oh shit. Pass to the ass. Yeah, it was not going anywhere. Not into his run. Completely, what we call it, into his ass. Pass went way back of where he was going. Oh, Locatelli's got it. Plays a double with Conceição. Locatelli. Thuram. Yildiz. Would have been a nice best serve play if Rahmani didn't get in there. Yeah, come on. You need to pass earlier. Sometimes players are just confused. Like my camera was for 2 seconds right now. Buongiorno. I don't know if it's like written one to one or if it's just good morning or good day in Italian and it's exactly the way you pronounce it, this guy's name. Well, it is exactly the way you pronounce it, but is it actually the way that it's written as well? Okay, Neres again. He's the man of the match so far, honestly. Elmas, Neres. Okay. McTominay. Aside from that one header, pretty quiet. Yeah, he's getting away from Cabal now, Neres. Wow. Th- this guy's strength is not bad. Honestly, not bad. Getting away from two and getting in the cross, even though it doesn't reach his man or any man. Now Juve are on the break. Yildiz, the magician. What is he doing? Conceição. Skied it. Okay. Not a bad counter there from Juve. Hey, if Neres, oh, however you pronounce his name, Neres, I'm gonna say Neres because he's Portuguese. Well, not Portuguese, but Brazilian. So Portuguese pronunciation is should be quite accurate because they speak Portuguese, the Brazilians. The name's Portuguese, what I should have said. Okay, Locatelli, McKennie, Yildiz again. He gets it between Rahmani's legs, I think, with that pass. Or is it Bongiorno? Bongiorno Rahmani? Nah, must be Rahmani. He gets it between Rahmani's legs with the pass, so tunnels him. Nice nutmeg with the pass, but McTominay is very focused in the middle. And get the ball out, long throw, leads to nothing. Just a free kick. Striker's foul. Yeah. Thuram pulled Neres for a counter. If it was further up the pitch, could have been a yellow tactical foul, but it's not. Actually, crazy that Vanja Milinkovic-Savic plays now at a higher level than his brother with the bigger potential or bigger ceiling, Serie Milinkovic-Savic, who's now in Saudi Arabia. Imagine they would be both at the same club, would be cinema. Some actually, there are quite some good brothers in world football. You're looking at the Kluiverts, you're looking at Williams at Bilbao, Thurams, Milinkovic-Savic are also two, also related. Yeah. So you now get the view of the yellow card where he writes down who's already booked from the ref cam. Nice view. You can actually double check the ref now if they showed this earlier. Buongiorno. Yeah, I don't think that's how you write good day in. Oh my god. Give me a heart attack, Napoli, with that defending. Lloyd Kelly was in an offside. Nice through ball from Yildiz right there. Ooh, that was very close. I'm not sure if this is offside. VAR would have needed to check it. Yes, Spalletti also putting his head into his hands. Di Lorenzo, what are we doing? Oh my god, no, that's not a good pass. Juve now a bit more in the game, a bit more momentum for them, and less of these Napoli combinations, attacking plays over 2, 3, 4 stations players. But now they get a really nice free kick, I think. Yeah, nice. From a goal kick. That's a bit soft. They wouldn't give this in the Premier League. Never. Never in a million years would this be given in the Premier League. Not a good chance. Yeah, it's not a good day at the office for Twine Cup minus. Was it? Yeah, yeah. It should be a corner. No, okay. So it was Noah or Hoyland, last man on the ball. Long ball from Cup minus. That's what he does better as a midfielder, passing the ball, getting the ball up the pitch. Even though this long ball as wasn't getting to his man, it was a good attempt of getting up the pitch after getting pressed as well. So would have been a nice UV break. Kalulu, Kelly. Actually crazy that Kelly made that jump from Newcastle to the biggest club in Italy. Okay, all right. What do we have here? Napoli. All in all, I'm not super impressed by Napoli, but they are playing better and they are deservedly up 1-0. But Juve really disappoint me. They're not in sync in attack. It feels like when Yildiz tries to play the killer pass, someone is always or already in offside. No, Neres got it. Let's see what he does. Oh, okay. Chico Conceição, Thuram, Chico. Nah, Napoli on the break again. Also not a good pass. No, please don't play it back, would be said. If Stanislav Lobotka comes back to this team, this will be much better. He's the catalyst in the team. McTominay is like the engine, kind of what Federico Valverde is to Real Madrid. And next to Fede there was Kroos, and that is Lobotka for Napoli. And then you had a Maverick, which was Modric, which was Sambuangisa, but he's also injured. Now, obviously, the level of players are completely different, but the roles are similar. McTominay is that more of the goal threat. So that analogy with Fede is decent, I guess, especially for his long shots, power shots, and for his grit as well, how much distance he covers. His tenacity, you might say. So Juve on the break now. McKennie, Yildiz. Nothing really happens there. Neres again. Uh, wow. How did he get through there? I don't know. What is this guy doing? What is he cooking? Yeah, the through ball is not good. Kalulu's got it. It's like his dribbling maybe keeps getting better, but his passing keeps getting worse. So if his passing was as good as his dribbling, he might have had like 3 assists already today. Maybe more. He already has one for that Hoyland goal, but he could have played a nice through ball to Noah Lang, and that one cross that he completely missed. Well, it's with its weaker right, but there are some players who can also cross with both feet. McTominay covers the most ground. Elmas, Cambiaso, McKennie, already over 5 kilometers. For these kinds of players, it's very rare to see, maybe even never to see them run less than 10 kilometers in a game. You had like Modric and Kroos coming close to 15 at one point for Real Madrid. These guys were doing 2/3 of a half marathon or 1/3 of a marathon, basically, a game. While pressing, running with the ball, etc., etc. Yeah, Napoli is closer to the second goal. Hopefully they can score it. Okay, let's see. Noah Lang, personally, I don't rate that highly. I think his decision making is very rash. His dribbling is not consistent. He's a super arrogant player. If he proves it with consistent good performances and GAs, then yeah, he can be arrogant, of course. But he hasn't so far. Coming from, what was it, Bruges in Belgium? But he might be Dutch. He's either Dutch or Belgian. I'll have to look that up. Noah Lang. He's Dutch, yeah. But he came from Bruges in Belgium. Oh my god, bro. Real Madrid is also already playing it. Militao is out with an injury already. Boys, we are supposed to defend Haaland on Wednesday. Remember that. If they don't put Germany in a back three, I'm gonna go berserk, I think. Might be a whole rant video. Please don't hurt yourself again, Neresh. Ah, bro. He was already out this season. Currently alongside maybe McTominay. Well, today definitely Napoli's best player, but on form with McTominay definitely Napoli's best player. That was the outside of the post. Hoyland header. Wow. Ooh. Or McTominay's header, actually. All right. So let's fix the counter for later. Stop. Or reset. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. 20, 30, 40, 45. Okay. Right, let's look at this. So, first half. Napoli. Hoyland's got the highest rating, it seems like. No, Neres got. Oh, I wasn't seeing it. Almost gave me a stroke there. So Neres, of course, most duels as well. The most foul player, has completed the most dribbles, got an assist. The pass accuracy is easily explained by the fact that he attempts the risky passes as well, which means that naturally the percentage of accurate passes is gonna go down. Chances created too as well. Expected assists, expected goals plus assists, yeah, because he doesn't have any expected goals, he doesn't have any shots. But he puts himself in service for the team excellently today. Then Rasmus Højlund got a goal again. So far, so good for him. Looks way better than at Manchester United. Also stats wise, not just because Serie A is also Serie A actually is Serie A. Is how you pronounce it. It's actually easier to play in, but also because different environment, different outcomes. Started 9 games, 5 goal contributions, and 660 minutes. Not too bad, not too shabby. About 120, 30 something minutes per goal contribution. So every 1.5 games a goal contribution for him so far. Scott McTominay, 2 chances, almost 2 goals, hitting the post just right now, and then almost scoring within, what was it, the 6th minute. Yeah, could have been 3-0 for Napoli so far. Milinkovic Savic doesn't have much to do. Top minus, not a good day at the office for him. Nice pass accuracy, but normally you should see like a statistic made an error that led to a goal or something like that. On the ball, of course, Cop minus, very good player. As a center back, defending, very, very average. Cambiaso, quiet game. Kalulu was okay. Kelly, okay. Locatelli, decent. Thuram, mostly very solid, looked good on the ball today. Yildiz, not as sharp as normally you would say, but it's also because he seems to not be in sync with his teammates today. Um, yeah, Cabal would have been a good ball to Cabal for a cross. He was offside. Could have been a goal, or almost was a goal. And it was very close, but Kelly skied it. If it was a goal, VR would have had to check it, and then it might have actually been a goal. So Kelly on that Yildiz through ball, very nice through ball. Yildiz, arguably alongside maybe Thuram, uh, best player for Juve. Why is McKennie so low? Has lost the most duels in the match. Okay, shouldn't be happening for a man of his size. He's as tall as myself, 6'1", 185 centimeters. So Juve theoretically, of course, do have some very good options to get some creativity on the pitch with Azic, Segrova, Miretti. Jonathan David looked solid within the last few games. They actually don't have a striker on the field, so getting him in for Chico Conceição makes sense. And then maybe getting McKennie out and switching to a more narrow, not a 3-5-2, but a 3-4-1-2 with Yildiz in the lone 10 or as a left striker alongside David maybe. Although I like him in the 10 a lot more. Kenan Yildiz. Hostage could also be an option for the left. Provides a whole lot more threat with his crosses than Cabal. He's also left-footed. Obviously, I think he had a stinker a while ago. That's why he's been dropped, probably. Yeah, and Cabal is probably a better defender than Kostic, which makes sense to have a better defender on Cop minus side because he isn't a defender at all. I'm looking at Shaw Mario maybe for the midfield to bring in. Openda probably not. Jonathan David, Segrova, definitely. Atic, maybe. Shaw Mario, maybe. Kostic, maybe. Miretti. JFTV Luke actually said Miretti should start every week. Maybe for bring him in for McKennie. Switch up the formation to a 3-4-1-2 or 3-4-2-1 with Segrova and Yildiz in the double 10 and Jonathan David up front. For Napoli, they don't have as many options to actually switch. Yeah. Juan Jesus theoretically would be an option because Bongiorno is already booked. Please don't bring on Lorenzo Luca. Matteo Politano, yeah. Maybe. I like Neres today. So I wouldn't let him play the whole 90. Although Napoli do have to play in the Champions League, so maybe getting Neres some good rest wouldn't be too bad. Currently up first in the table, 31 points. Obviously Milan, who do they play? I think Torino. Yeah. Where are they? Torino is where are they? 13th in the table. Yeah. Although, yeah, but they still should win, I guess. Only 13, 14 points for Torino. Atalanta have also fallen off. Noah Lang. What do the stats look like? Two chances created, decent. Tomine. Where is it? So, no. Wrong window, this one. So what does it look like for Real Madrid? Still 0-0. Oh god, this one hurts so much, bro. Is Hausen back? No. Mid-December. Could be back for the game against Man City. We need him. Dean Hausen. Alaba. Honestly, I would love to see him as an Austrian, but he's not fit for any kind of matchup. Maybe against someone like Getafe, but not against City. Trent late January. Bro has had more game. Bro was out more games because of injury than he actually played. Mastantuono is back. Yeah, bench looks a bit weak, I can say, but Rüdiger is still there alongside, yeah, Carreras. But we still need Hausen back. And if we have Hausen, Rüdiger, and Germany who can get in between the two center backs, form a three center backs, then it looks not as grim against Haaland. You might be able to defend him, and then you still have to defend the likes of Ryan Cherky, Jeremy Doku, Phil Foden, which will be a Goliath task at its own. So, guys, you're probably saying why am I not watching Real Madrid today? Because this I want to also share some love for Serie A, and it's a much bigger game, massive game, in fact. So the boys are getting out for the second half. Let's see. Already in the tunnel. Boom, 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 boom. I want you in my room. Let's spend the night together. I still know that nice parody from Four Fortunes about boom, 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 boom. Jürgen Klopp sang that one, or his voice, Jürgen Klopp from Four Fortunes. All right. Okay, let's get the scoreboard. Let's get the, the timer. 3 times Serie A already. Not bad, Conte. Not bad. Mostly done with Juve. And he won a Serie in 2023 as Napoli coach, of course. That's the one of the almost iconic team with Kvicha Kvaratskhelia, Victor Osimhen, and that nice midfield of Lobotka, Sambuangisa, and Zielinski. So, okay. Second half is starting, boys. You were already trying to attack. Long ball, semi long ball, actually. Still flabbergasted to the fact that Lloyd Kelly ended up in Juve. So Jonathan David is on for Juve. So they did take my advice, but hopefully they don't actually score. That is a one weird throw in. Directly threw it at the ground. Thuram, Locatelli, still Locatelli, Ciscalulu. Okay, Kelly, McKennie, McTominay loses the ball. Milinkovic Savic got it. Kind of plays it ping pong to him. Neres again. You can't get the ball of him today. How the heck did he get off that shot, Hoyland? How on earth was he not pressed better by Kelly? Holy shit. That could have been 2-0. I think Diga Guardio actually got, yeah, it is corner, so he got a hand on it. Yildiz again. Staying on the front foot, Juve. Could be a very close second half. The way they're starting deep into Napoli's half, the whole Juve team now. Conceição back to Kelly. Neres so good today. Not even Thuram can get the ball off of him. I think Noah Lang was fouled. Yeah. Wow. Should be a yellow. Completely slides into Oliveira. Completely gets its boot into his foot. Ouch. Could be a nice free kick situation for someone like Neres or McTominay. Hopefully he's not injured. Always great to see my glorious king, Scott McTominay, from the ref camp's perspective. Yeah, that looks really painful, bro. Hopefully he's okay. Kalulu with a reckless tackle on Oliveira. So it is Elmas, McTominay, and Noah Lang standing over the ball. Could be a short pass from McTominay shot. Or it looked like a direct shot. Chico Conceição is behind the wall if a low shot comes. Oh my god, bro. So close. Very good shot from McTominay. Just to the right. Wow. It almost looked like a knuckleball. Bit of a knuckleball. Yeah, should be. Yeah, he's been really active offensively, McTominay. 3 shots from what was supposed to be a defensive midfielder. Now he's a box to box, also box crasher at this point. Or at least that's what they call them. Very active, offensively active 8s and 6s that move up and down the pitch. Wow, dates came out of nothing. Can yield this 1-1. Fuck. 1-1. What was the defense doing there? McKennie's, what was the defense doing that? McKennie's through ball. Very, very decent finish there. I don't know if that's calculated. I think it's lucky actually, but it's forced luck because it's Kenan Yildiz, a very hard worker, very, very talented guy at the same time. Best player in Juve. Guys, please, you deserve it. 2-1. Come on, get in there. Wow. Yeah. Should have been Rahmani with the header. Yeah, but he completely scuffed it. There is the ref cam for the build-up of Yildiz goal. Yeah, very decent play. So now Napoli. Blocked. Cross blocked. Hopefully Yildiz doesn't, yeah, hopefully he doesn't here complete the comeback as well for Juve. Crazy that Kenan Yildiz is like the just saying right now, the 20th most paid player at Juventus. He deserves to be in the top three. Get him up to 10 million a year. Yeah, that's again. Cross in. Di Gregorio missed it, but no one was there in the middle. Too fast for Hoyland. Should have shot Daenerys. Not try to through pass it. Oh yeah, he had no space to shoot. Pass was maybe the only option. Except for the option that he decided to dribble and then take a shot afterwards. Neres is everywhere today. He's ubiquitous, omnipresent, like God, almost. He's If it wasn't for Kenan Yildiz, this would be a complete. Well, it still is Neres for the man of the match, except maybe Yildiz gets another goal or assist. Then the stats will probably put him over Neres because win plus more GAs. But even if Yildiz did get another goal, except if it's a wonder goal or something like that, like that assist Cherky made yesterday, then maybe he deserves it, but otherwise no. Neres still, I think two levels above Yildiz today. Not to say Yildiz didn't, he was okay, decent, but Neres hardworking, effective, great to watch. You really shouldn't have sweets at your desk, man. For Real Madrid, still 0-0, 0-0. Um, don't look any good, man. Don't look any good. Juve on the break now. Thuram, Kalulu, cross in. Oliveira's got it. Yildiz got it now on the cleared pass. That's Is that a penalty? Well, it's definitely a foul, I think, by McTominay. I don't think it's in the 16-yard box. hostages on now for Cambiaso. Okay. Trying to play out from the back now, Napoli. Spinazzola is on now. Ah, pass was blocked. This is getting to know where this could very well be a draw, which would be very good for Milan. If they win tomorrow against Torino, they are first. Nobody's perfect, even or is it actually a corner? No, okay. Yeah, unlucky from Neres that the dribble didn't result in a corner kick for Napoli. So Spinazzola, what are we doing? Noah Lang, Rahmani, Buongiorno, Neres, Rahmani, going forward. Almost cost him that pass. So Fabio Miretti is coming on always when pronouncing Italian names. Gotta say it with the Italian swagger. Miretti. Chiesa, for example. Premier League example. Yeah, JFTV Luca is coming on for Chico Conceição. He's gonna rate himself later on then in his review on the Juve game or from the Juve side of things. So Opander is for Yildiz. I don't think that's a good idea. Jesus Christ, he actually looks like GFTV Luca, Fabio Miretti. He's his long lost brother. I think he just gave Hoyland a smack on the head. Michele Di Gregorio. Noah Lang, what are you doing? Flying Dutchman. It's, it's decent actually today. McTominay was better. Neres was fantastic. Bongiorno is actually number 4 here, yeah? Yeah. Rahmani, the central center back. Actually crazy. They went from Kalidou Koulibaly and Kim Min Jae to Rahmani, and now it's 2-1. Couldn't even comment it because I'm yapping too much. Rasmus Højlund again. The memes are gonna be exquisite. So I need to update the scoreboard. Napoli, Forza, Forza Napoli. Hopefully it actually stands because these days and right now already I think 7 years or so in, we got VAR or 6 years in. No, I'm not doing this meme. Jesus Christ. Yeah, they love him. Yeah, McKennie actually assists him for the goal because it drops off his shoulder and direct onto Rasmus Højlund's head. And Di Gregorio, from this distance, he can't do much, honestly. He's beaten very easily from that distance. Maybe even I, and I'm abysmal, I'm horrific, I'm diabolical at headers. Maybe even I would have scored that. Yeah, McKennie's rating could drop to even less than 5.0. Neres goes down. Bro, gotta salute for that performance. Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. Looking forward to more from you, David Neres. Real Madrid need a real right winger. Not so convinced by Franco Mastantuono yet. Not to say we will buy Neres. We can't have every good player in the world. We already have so many. Or let's say every elite player. Because good players there are many. But how many are elite? How many are walkouts in FIFA? Maybe that's your standard for elite now. 86 plus rated in FIFA or FC or whatever it's called now. Looks kind of idealist at the moment from Juve. Cup minus, yet they need to get it to him within the three defenders because he is the best at ball progressing. Politano now. Blocked. Okay. Napoli won the break. Napolitano is obviously in for Neres, the right-sided option. And looks like, well, it's a deserved lead. I don't want to jinx it already because I need this Napoli win. Not like I did bet anything, but as I already said, I got a soft spot for Napoli. Just something about the city with the Vesuve, the volcano, the people of Pompeii and the story, and Diego Maradona, their best ever player. Big fan of his. Aside from R9 and Ronaldinho, well, I'd say aside from R9, Zidane, Maradona, pre-Ronaldo, pre-Messi is probably my favorite player, I'd say. Like Zidane, R9, and Maradona. Even higher than Ronaldinho, which is crazy, to be fair. But I guess Barcelona tax drops him down on fourth for me as a Real Madrid fan. I'd have to slightly tax him for that. I also like Neymar more than Ronaldinho. Also, just the greatness of Maradona. Getting Napoli, a no-name team, onto the map, winning A, Serie A for them. I think maybe twice even, once or twice. So he put Napoli on the map definitely. And they wouldn't be a consistent starter in the Champions League, one of the best teams in Italy for the last, what, 15 years now? 20 years now? One of the best five, you must say, alongside, well, you could put Lazio on that conversation too, but Napoli are better than Lazio. So one of the best five, Roma, two, Inter, Milano, Napoli, and Juve. Also, the fact that the stadium is named Maradona, big respect. Stadio, San, not Santiago, that's Bernabeu. Diego Armando Maradona, or just Maradona. So Juve trying to get the equalizer, throw in. Let's see if they can do the long throws like Brentford does with Michael Coyote or Rory Delap used to do at Stoke all the way. Must have been like 15, 20 years ago. Didn't watch football back then, but just heard of it. Highlands? Oh my god, bro. Imagine an assist after the two goals from Hoyland. Then he would definitely be, because of GA tax, be the man of the match. It wouldn't be deserved though. So, the player of the match, Hoyland, Neres, Di Gregorio, Yildiz, you can vote for them. Di Gregorio doesn't deserve it, Yildiz doesn't deserve it, Neres does. And if you're a GA tax merchant or whatever, don't watch the game, you're probably gonna vote for Hoyland. Or Premier League fan, is also gonna vote for Hoyland. Probably. I already know some people that are just gonna watch this game to roast Manchester United. Say, look how good Hoyland is in Napoli. 2 goals against Juve, being the deciding factor. Best player. He wasn't the best player. They didn't watch the game. But deciding factor one of the deciding factors alongside McTominay, Nerdish. Like the three best players today for Napoli. Nerdish, number one. Højlund, number two, because of the two goals. And McTominay, ubiquitous, as always. Covers pretty much the most ground. Fearless runner. Tenacious. Gritty. Courageous. Everything you want from a midfielder. McTominay has pretty much. It's a bit of technique, great athleticism, tall, strong, good defensively, good offensively, box crasher, box to box, operating midfielder. Little McTominay glaze right there. But he was Serie A player of the season last season, so I guess he deserves it. Very happy for him. Yeah. You're also doing Yildiz kind of dirty with not putting any real any real striker up front to actually run and put that threat or provide that threat on Juventus attacking side for that killer pass that Yildiz can play. And he did play or tried to play 2 or 3 times. No, just 2 times, I think, throughout the whole game. So there were no opportunities for him to even play that. There was no box crashing. There was almost no activity in Napoli's box the whole game. You can later look at the touches in opposition's box statistic and compare it Napoli Juve. You would either see a massive difference in the statistic and or a massive difference in XG in the opposition's box. Because Napoli in the final third is just so much better today. Napoli propaganda today. Proper propaganda from myself. So Real Madrid, oh my god, bro. Real Madrid conceded to Celta Vigo and Fran Garcia got a red card. I don't want to crash out, boys. I don't want to crash out. I don't want to crash out. I'm gonna save my crash out when we lose 4-0 to City midweek. Maybe. Say crash out now, I can't sleep. Probably. Bro. Forza Napoli, Forza Napoli. I'm probably saying it so wrong, dude. I'm completely and utterly wrong. No rhythm, but more rhythm than Kenan Yildiz had with his attackers. But his manager also set him up to fail almost, with Chico Conceição as a strike partner. It's kind of a coward's way of putting up a formation when you have Jonathan David in the team, in the squad, but not putting him in the starting 11. Of course, it hurts because Vlahovic isn't their best striker. Technically gifted, tall in size as well. Very sizable guy. No front, by the way, he's not fat. Sometimes, man, looking at the Juve defense and the build-up, it just hurts. Even though it is 3 levels better than Manchester United, it still hurts. But I guess press is not as yeah, the press is not as high, not as intense, not as aggressive as in England, so it's easier to build up in Italy. Also, a statistic I've read was that the Italian teams on average actually run less, and they have many legionnaires or Italian players in Italy, so native players, you want to say. So the national team would probably also have a deficit in running compared to the French, compared to the German, English, especially, or British, which probably it's not a key factor, but it's, I guess, at least a minor factor because, or well, because the league doesn't demand it. It's not the matter of the league. It doesn't help the national team. The national team underperforms because of that, because they're not as physical, not as dominant as they should be with the stature, with the height, compared to an England, compared to a Germany, France, Portugal. Well, Germany is also not as its best, but it's way better than Italy currently. Imagine Italy actually miss out on this World Cup. This, as JFTV Luke already said, would be a national disaster. They might, they might have to get another holiday for that. National holiday. Day of work for everyone, maybe 2 days. Because of the shame this would be of the disgrace. JFTV Luke actually called it, if this would happen, the biggest disgrace in national football team history. So in about 100 years almost of history, this was, I think, yeah, since the World Cup, 100 in the 1930s, there was the first World Cup, so almost 100 years of World Cup history, the biggest disgrace. Imagine you have that achievement. Segrova, nice combination. Shot way too central. Nice flick on Locatelli. Yeah, it was a almost a back pass with that kind of speed. Well, it's not nowhere near that speed that McTominay had at that one free kick. It's over. Forza Napoli, Forza Napoli. Yes, we are first. Hopefully they win it again this year. I root for Napoli. They're an underdog. They don't have as many league titles. I don't think even as many as Bologna, for example. The both Milan teams, Inter and AC Milano, have about 20 each, and Juve almost has 40. Ref Cam also nice after the game. It's so alien actually, Ref Cam, because it almost looks like a fan walking onto the pitch, almost thinking like it is that because we haven't seen it before. And yeah, it's just something completely new this season, the ref cam. Yeah, guys, it's been a pleasure. It's been a pleasure. And since it's already about 22:40 in my time zone, I'll wish you a good night and see you soon, guys. Take care. Ciao, Bella. Well, just ciao.